Hello and welcome to today's podcast on Daily Dose. This is a program on Victor Inspires that brings to you sustainable, workable principles for your transformation in order for you to live your best life and be the best you. My name is Victor John Edet and I'm your host on this program. On today's podcast, we will be discussing 5 real-life lessons about success. Life is a process. We rise and we fall down. We succeed and we fail. But these experiences hold important lessons for us, ones we need to learn if we hope to be successful in business, career, and in our life. So here are 5 important lessons of life you must learn in order for you to be more successful. Lesson number 1. Define good values. Too often, success is measured only in terms of money or personal power. We all know people who became famous or made lots of money or failed miserably at being a good person because they didn't take the time to define good values for themselves. To become a successful person, you need to mature physically, emotionally, socially, cognitively, spiritually, and morally. For many, the development of ethics and values is something that happens with little or no conscious thoughts. As a result, their life revolves around crappy values like the pursuit of pleasure, possession of material things, and a me-first mentality. Despite what the media tells you, pleasure won't create life satisfaction. If you measure your success by material things, not your behavior, you are a shallow person. As far as narcissism goes, if others think you are God, that's okay. But if you think you are, that makes you a jerk. Humans were created for wholeness. We yearn to live a whole life, one of purpose and value. At our core, we are driven by a desire to be closer to people, to be part of a meaningful conversations and community. Pleasure, material things, and selfishness are nothing but empty highs. Bad values are destructive and fractious. You have no control over them, which makes your life satisfaction dependent on the whim of others. Instead, nail down good values, then pleasure, material things, and success will emerge from them. Good values happens on the inside, in that place that has no shape but gives you meaning and yearns for good. Lesson number 2. Develop self-awareness. In the journey of success, self-awareness is key and important because it becomes a roadmap to understanding your chances of succeeding. Self-awareness is the ability to take an honest look at ourselves without judging what we find as either good or bad. Many people don't take the time to make the effort to get to know the most important person in their life, themselves. Everything we need can be found in ourselves. We have the tools we need to be able to be aware of our bodies, be aware of our emotions, and aware of our relationships. We cannot become self-aware by reading self-help books or articles. Instead, we need a deep understanding of our past and current self. People with painful experiences in the past often block at revealing the parts of their life. Our experiences, both good and bad, shape how we see the world. So it's vital for us to understand how the world has shaped our personalities. Your narrative is the story of your life. and it impacts everything you do. Once you recognize your pattern of behavior when confronted with obstacles, disappointment, and setbacks, you can control your response. Self-awareness enables you to anticipate a negative reaction and choose a behavior that will help you land on your feet when confronted by the unknown. Lesson number 3. Say goodbye to your comfort zone. We are creatures of habits. We take the same route to work, go to the same restaurant, order the same food, hang out with the same people, and do what's quick and easy. It's the human tendency to do things that are within our comfort zone, and we don't like to challenge it. That's how our brains are wired, to stay in the comfort zone. This is the exact point where we start restricting our growth and we start becoming complacent. You need to step out of your comfort zone in order to become a better and stronger human being. A comfort zone might seem like a beautiful and feel-good place, but nothing ever grows there. And history is replete with examples of people who have been widely successful and are the ones who actually got out of their comfort zone and did something scary, interesting, unpredictable, and out of the box. Lesson number 4. The best lesson usually shows up as failure. The best lessons usually shows up as failures. One of the primary reasons we learn so much from our failures is that they get our attention. If everything pours along at a good clip, we can become complacent. One thing FBI agents learn early in trading is it's not the streets or guns that will kill you. It's complacency that leads to extinction. Failure will often persuade you to try something new and will keep drifting until you finally succeed at something. And that is where most of us stay, at mediocrity. It's a mediocrity that comes from success without failure. Failure reminds us what we really want in life. If we experience a failure while in pursuit of an important goal, we'll push ourselves even harder. We will learn, or rather we will lean into our resilience to move ahead. In other times, a failure is a good time to reevaluate our strategies and to shift gears. Warren Bennis once said, "A great leader have, without exception, experienced traumatic failure. It is as if that moment the iron entered their soul. That moment created the resilience that leaders need." While many life lessons show up as failure, success can also produce good lessons. While failure gets our attention, success produces a brain chemical called dopamine, which builds confidence in ourselves. Since the brain's primary function is to keep us safe, the shot of dopamine reminds us that we can make clearer, quick decisions in the future. Life is a wild and crazy roller coaster, full of ups, downs, and unexpected turns. So if things are going good right now, enjoy it. It won't last forever. When life is going wrong, don't worry. It won't last forever either. And finally, lesson number 5. Your attitude is the one thing you can always control. The one thing that determines the level of our potential, produces the integrity of our activities, and predicts the quality of the result we receive is our attitude. Attitude determines how much of the future we are allowed to see. It determines the size of our dreams and influences our determination when we are faced with new challenges. No other person on earth has dominion over your attitude. People can affect our attitude by teaching us poor thinking habits, or unintentionally misinforming us, or providing us with negative sources of influence. But no one can control your attitude unless you voluntarily surrender that control. So, if you care at all about yourself, then you must accept full responsibility for your own feelings. You must learn to guard against those feelings that have the capacity to lead your attitude down the wrong path, and to strengthen those feelings that can lead us confidently into a better future. If we want to receive the reward the future holds in trust for us, then we must exercise the most important choice given to us as members of the human race by maintaining total dominion over our attitude. Our attitude is an asset, a treasure of great value that must be protected accordingly. Remember, our attitude impacts our thoughts, emotions, and behavior. The way we see things affects our chances of success and life fulfillment. I believe you got value from today's podcast. Until I come your way again, be the best you.